This just in, we have breaking news from our field reporter, Jackson Tremelling. What's going on there, Jackson?
Deforestation!
Thank you, Jackson.
In fact, rainforests and woodlands are heavily damaged from overlogging and agricultural clearing. This causes deforestation, which is a major problem in Brazil.
And specifically in Brazil, their biggest problem is agricultural clearing due to increased usage of livestock and soybean farming, which has become a large problem for the Amazon rainforest, which has been cleared due to slash and burn farming. Moving into our discussion for tonight, we will be specifically discussing the increased amount of wildfires in the northeastern Brazilian region, which have to do with increased slash and burn farming associated with soybean production and clearing for cattle ranching and livestock farming. This is extremely dangerous, as we know, as 4/5 of all land-based wildlife find their homes in forest-based ecosystems.
Isn't that heartbreaking? Ironically, it doesn't really bring much benefit to the citizens to burn down parts of the forest. In fact, for some of the indigenous people there, it pollutes their water supply, and for those below the poverty line, they aren't able to get clean water sources. Also, it does not benefit the citizens economically very much, which brings me into how it affects the economy. So by burning down the forests, overall, it increases, it's positive for the economy, but the amount gained into the GDP is negligible, as only about 0.013% of Brazil's GDP is attributed to the clearing of forests over a 9-year period. In summary, because of the insignificant increase to the economy and the adverse effects on the environment, bioengineers are looking to find alternative solutions to produce food without clearing more land, as recycled paper and biodegradable products continue to gain popularity.
You got that right, T.
One way to do this is to employ the use of aquaponics, which is essentially soilless farming. So the fish produce the waste, and then naturally occurring bacteria in the tank convert the waste into fertilizer for the plants that are growing out of the top of the tank. Finally, the plants naturally filter the water through their roots so the fish can survive in the tank. This allows farmers to produce both fish and crops without clearing more land. This will increase the supply of sustainable food, which will decrease the demand. Therefore, the amount of cattle ranching will decrease as well. This falls under the umbrella of bioengineering because it's working towards offsetting adverse environmental effects such as increased CO2 emissions.
Furthering the discussion on aquaponics, it could actually take over as a sustainable resource for the Brazilian economy, as their largest agricultural asset that they're using to clear forests is soybean production, which could be replaced through the utilization of aquaponics. Now, specializing in someone who would solve aquaponics-based solutions would be an aquaponics technician. There's someone who needs to know how to handle pest and disease management practices, as well as maintaining the overall health of systems, construct and renovate, maintain, and repair the aquaponic structures. Now, someone who would be an aquaponics technician would need a basic education concerning a bachelor's degree in aquaculture, plant and soil sciences, environmental science, and agricultural and biosystems engineering, and further knowledge of aquaponic plant and greenhouse production. For example, there is a company that works with aquaponics known as Friendly Aquaponics Incorporated, who we've partnered with, and if you want to learn more information, I recommend you go to their website. And aquaponics falls into the greater umbrella of environmental engineering. That's our WISN 12 report on
Deforestation!
Thank you, and have a great night.